My opinion on some ceiling fans. First is the Hampton Bay Glendale. This ceiling fan is one of my favorites, and literally this ceiling fan doesn't give me any problems whatsoever. I currently have a Hampton Bay Glendale in my living room, and it does so well there. It's considered to be the second best ceiling fan in my house, but who knows, the home decorator's Mateo ceiling fan could take its spot. Harbor Breeze Springfield. Now this ceiling fan was my childhood ceiling fan at one point, and it was a good ceiling fan. When it was flush mounted, it still moves very good air and isn't a terrible ceiling fan. However, the chain did break off and the capacitor failed. So goodbye to that. Littleton. Now the Hampton Bay Littleton ceiling fan is probably one of my favorites. However, many people will disagree with me about this ceiling fan. Obviously, this is the most used ceiling fan in my YouTube shorts, and it's been surviving literally everything. Not to mention at Home Depot, it costs $60 damn, which was outrageous, but I think the extra price made it more durable and quiet, LOL. So it isn't a bad ceiling fan after all. Now the Harbor Breeze Port Severn. Now I had the ceiling fan for about 3 years now, and it's been a solid fan. Even though it's not in good condition anymore, it still provides good air movement and works on all 3 speeds, and still works until this day, which is shocking for a modern Harbor Breeze ceiling fan. But it does wobble and makes noises, and I prefer the Glendale over it right away. Now the industrial ceiling fan. Now this thing is a beast. I got this from Canadian Tire, and it's a for living industrial ceiling fan, despite it being a Hampton Bay industrial ripoff. This thing is probably as powerful. Literally, this thing moved a great amount of air and literally pushes the air-conditioned air across the living room. Within a couple of minutes, this thing is a jet when it comes to air movement. The speed is about 265 RPM, which is basically as fast or faster than the Hampton Bay Industrial, which is so shocking for a Canadian Tire-sold ceiling fan. This thing destroys everything in its path. It literally smashed the broom when being thrown up in there back in 2023, nearly knocked out the toilet paper cardboard roll. So this ceiling fan is definitely no joke, and it's dangerous. The Hampton Bay Brokehurst. Now, I heard people say the ceiling fan is good, however, despite it being cheap. It does have problems with capacitors and such, but I do like the look of the fan, and it reminds me of my childhood fan. The Hampton Bay Devron. I was about to get the ceiling fan back in 2021, but then I switched it with a Port Severn. And I'm glad that I did that because I heard these fans are terrible performers, and they are noisy and have terrible capacitors and wobbly. Now the Hunter Original. Come on, guys. We all agree the Hunter Original has to be one of the best ceiling fans of all time. The Legend ceiling fan itself was so great that it lasted such a long time. Great quality and excellent air movement. No matter what ceiling fans you have in your house in 2024, none of them will outcompete the Hunter Original, and that's a fact.